Well, the NAFTA superhighway, the North American Union, foreign companies running U.S. toll roads, harmonization with Canada and Mexico or worse, continental currency called the Amero. If you've heard of any of these things, then you're in the ballpark of what I'm going to talk about this morning very briefly. My topic is the Security and Prosperity Partnership. The Bush administration's initiative, called the Security and Prosperity Partnership, has serious implications for immigration, and that's because of its quiet surrender of American sovereignty. SPP has a very questionable and vague legal basis, yet this lack of clear legal authority did not stop the administration from quickly entering various memoranda of understanding with Canada and Mexico. SPP has not been conducted in secret, but its activities and participants have been secretive. There's an official website, spp.gov, and it's got a lot of material on it. But for the more substantive details, the more revealing components, the public interest group Judicial Watch has had to resort to Freedom of Information requests to force the government to disclose its more informative records pertaining to SPP. I'd like to turn quickly to a few of the immigration implications in the SPP. First, a continental guest worker program. NAFTA, as you'll recall, established a new class of temporary visas. SPP is building upon that and using the NAFTA visas as the first step toward a continental guest worker program. SPP's goal is to formalize a transnational labor force that could work in any North American country on a temporary basis. There's no definition I've found in the documents that defines temporary. Of course, this continental guest worker idea translates practically into more Mexicans and Canadians coming to the United States to work. A second implication for our immigration situation is speedier border crossing. One SPP working group is focused on improving the cross-border movement of people and goods and detecting bottlenecks on the U.S.-Mexican border, because heaven forbid that anybody be slowed down from coming into our country. SPP's approach is a perimeter clearance strategy. That means facilitating pre-clearance of people and goods entering the continent at the continental perimeter rather than at each national perimeter. Practically, that means that once someone is admitted into one North American country, then he may cross the national borders easily, kind of like today here in the U.S. crossing state lines. One aspect of this border crossing component involves IDs. The Traveler Screening Systems Working Group has discussed with Canadian and Mexican officials something called a one card. It's some kind of an international ID card. The NAC recommends merging several credentialing systems within U.S. Visit. Now we know U.S. Visit screening system has its own set of problems, and they want to fold other credentialing systems into that one. It could end up giving perhaps giving Big Brother more daunting appearance while actually lowering the level of security and reducing our ability to catch bad guys. A third immigration implication is the common security perimeter. The end goal is to treat the outer perimeter of the continent as the effective border of all three nations. That would make Mexico's southern border effectively our southern border. Mexico, as you know, is one of the more corrupt nations in the hemisphere. It's also the source of the most illegal aliens that we have. The New York Times reported on the rampant corruption of Mexican police and soldiers. That kind of corruption of their officials means the majority of Central American illegals gets across Mexico's southern border. Well, you make a continental security perimeter and that becomes a problem, even bigger problem for us. Mexico's endemic corruption and border problems are all the more our own problem at that point if we entrust border security to Mexico and loosen border controls at our own borders. I'd like to quickly hit a couple more areas that will affect our immigration situation. One is Mexican trucks and the NAFTA superhighway. The liberalization of the free flow of people and goods across our borders with the expansion of legitimate Mexican commercial presence within the United States will give criminal enterprises more opportunity to smuggle illegal aliens, drugs, guns, and sex slaves into the U.S. I guess the libertarians would like the sex slaves part. Another implication is the regulatory and standards harmonization. This will force the U.S. to accept or abide by such dangerous foreign policies as Canada's asylum system. As you know, Canada's lax asylum rules is pretty friendly to allowing terrorists in and to stay. Third is Social Security totalization with Mexico, which the Bush administration has been persistently pushing along with the SPP. Totalization will risk Social Security's financial stability. It will allow Mexican illegal aliens to get Social Security credit for unlawful U.S. work. And most Mexican workers, legal or illegal, will collect far more from Social Security than they will have contributed into the system. In conclusion, like NAFTA, SPP will increase both legal and illegal immigration. Its erasure of our immigration controls will make a bad immigration system and situation worse. And of the three SPP partners, the United States stands to lose the most under this deal. Thank you.